Okay, students, let's continue. Look at number 2. Now we have 6 examples, A to F. Round these numbers to the nearest thousand. Okay, look at your last 3 numbers. 33,200. Round that number to the nearest multiple of 1,000. B, 139,852. Round that number to the nearest multiple of 1,000. C, 595,028. Look at your last 3 digits. Round that number to the nearest multiple of 1,000. D, we now have a 7-digit number with millions. Okay. Last 3 digits, well, the whole number is 2,749,623. Round that number to the nearest multiple of 1,000. Look at your last 3 digits. E, 6,823,450. Look at your last 3 digits. Round the number to the nearest multiple of 1,000. It will be a 7-digit number. Okay. And F. We've now got an 8-digit number. 34,237,098. Look at your last 3 digits. Round the number to the nearest multiple of 1,000. Okay, and what does it say here for 3? Some numbers, when rounded to the nearest thousand, are 6,000. Write 2 such numbers that are less than 6,000 and 2 such numbers that are more than 6,000. Okay? So you can choose any numbers you want. Choose 2 numbers. I will give an example. 5,500. That's an example. That's 1 number. Rounded to the nearest thousand will be 6,000. Okay, and 2 numbers that will be rounded up to 6,000. Another number could be 5,789. Last 3 digits. I'm going to round that up. 6,000. And then, so those 2 numbers were here and about there. Now you've got to choose 2 numbers that are more than 6,000 but will round down. When you're going to round them to the nearest multiple of 1,000, you're going to round them down. I'll choose 600, 6,210. Rounded to the nearest 1,000, I'll round that down to 6,000. And 6,499. I'll round that down to 6,000. Okay, so those are my two numbers I chose. Two numbers I will round up to 6,000, and these two numbers I'll round down to 6,000. Okay, those are all 6,000. Okay, let's move on. We're still rounding numbers. Now we're going to look at even bigger numbers. It gets a little more complicated. Okay, go to page 37. We're now going to look at rounding numbers to the nearest 10,000, 100,000, and million. Okay, so if you're going to round numbers to the nearest 10,000, we need to look at the last 4 digits. So let's see what they are. It will be between 1 and 4,999. If your last 4 digits are between that range of numbers, you will round down. And if your last 4 digits are between 5,000 and 9,999, you'll round up to the nearest multiple of 10,000. Okay, so last 4 digits. It's getting more complicated, but okay. Last 4 digits, okay? More complicated, you have to think more, and take your time. It's the same principle as before. You're just using bigger numbers, okay? So the first example they give you, 42,000. That's your lower 10,000 is 40,000, and that's your upper 10,000, 50,000. So the range is 10,000. The number they give is 42,000. It's for last 4 digits. 2000. Last 4 digits will be in that range. 2,000 is between 1 and 4,999. So we round down to the lower 10,000. Okay? And there we are, it's written there for you. 42,000 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is 40,000. Okay? Remember, you're rounding to the nearest multiple of 10,000. Could be 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, or 90,000. Okay? Right, what's the next example they give? Just need to think a little more carefully about these bigger numbers. Okay, the number they give us here, 56,250. There it is there, on the number line. Look at your last 4 digits. 6,250. It's going to be in that range there, isn't it? It's between 5,000 and 9,999. We need to round up. Okay. 56,250. Rounded to the nearest 10,000. Looking at the last 4 digits, we will round it up to the nearest multiple. Let me just get rid of that. Let's get this eraser working. All right, I'll change that. There we are. Okay. When the nearest multiple of 10,000 is going to be 60,000. Okay, there we are there. And example C. 165,000 is your number. It's at the midpoint between your lower 10,000, 160,000, and your upper 10,000, 170,000. Last 4 digits are 5,000. Okay? So there's your number, 165,000. Last 4 digits, 5,000. That tells you what to do. Round it up to the nearest multiple of 10,000, which is 170,000. Okay, doing very well, students. It is getting more difficult, but I'm sure you can do it. Now, let's go to the next page. Page 38. We're now rounding numbers to the nearest 100,000. We need to look at the last 5 digits. Okay, don't be afraid of bigger numbers. Okay, if you use the correct method, you can do it. Last 5 digits, if it's between 00001 and 49,999, round it down. If it's between the last 5 digits, if they are between 50,000 and 99,999, we need to round it up. To the nearest multiple of 100,000. Okay, let's have a look at this number line. That's your lower 100,000. That's your upper 100,000. It's 200,000. The range is 100,000. Okay, the number we're looking at is 120,000. 100,000. Okay? Look at the last 5 digits. Okay, I'll write it over here. 120,000. Look at the last 5 digits, which are 20,000. Okay, 20,000 between 1 and 49,999. Yes, it is. So we need to round down. Down to the nearest multiple of 100,000. 120,000 rounded to the nearest 100,000, round it down to 100,000. Okay? That's what they've done. And there's the answer. Okay. Let's look at the next example. Another number line. There's our number, 375,000. Lower 100,000 is 300,000. Upper 100,000 is 400,000. 375,000. Okay, last 5 digits are 75,000. It's in that range, isn't it? Between 50,000 and 99,999. We need to round up. Round it up to the nearest multiple of 100,000. On your number line, you're going to round up to the nearest multiple of 100,000, which is 400,000. Okay, there it is there. And C, round 650,000 to the nearest 100,000. It's at the midpoint, right there. That's your number, 650,000. Okay? Lower 100,000, 600,000. Upper 100,000, 700,000. Look at your last 5 digits. I'll write it here. 650,000. Last 5 digits. 50,000. It's in that range there. Between 50,000 and 99,999. We've got to round it up. Okay? To the nearest multiple of 100,000, which is 700,000. Okay, students, rounding to the nearest 100,000, last 5 digits you need to look at. Okay, write these in your book. This and this, last 5 digits, you know what to look for. And the range. Okay, these will help you to get the correct answers. Now, even bigger numbers we're going to look at now, page 39. Here we are, rounding numbers to the nearest million. We need to look at the last 6 digits. If a number's in millions, it has 7 digits. We're looking at the last 6 digits. The range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros and 1, 2, it's going to be 400. This is, you're going to round down if the number is in this range. 499,999. Round down. And if it's between 500,000 the last 6 digits I'm talking about, between 500,000 and 999,999, you would round it up. Okay, so let's have a look at these examples. I know they're big numbers, but if you use the correct method and look at the right amount of digits, write the range, you can do it. Okay, rounding numbers to the nearest million. Okay, the number they give us, round 3,300,000 to the nearest million. Okay, this is your lower million, 3 million. This is your upper million, 4 million. The number they give, 3,300,000. And we're looking at the last 6 digits. The last 6 digits are 300,000. It'll be in that range between 1 and 499,999. So 3,300,000 rounded to the nearest multiple of 1,000,000, you will round it down to 3 million. Lots of zeros, okay? It's not that difficult if you use the correct method and take your time. Okay, let's have a look at the next example. Round 4,800,000 to the nearest million. Okay? 4,800,000. Okay, we need to look at the last 6 digits. 800,000. Go back up here, look at the range here. 800,000 is between 500,000 and 999,999. We need to round up. Okay, we're going to round it up to the nearest multiple of 1,000,000. And there's your lower million, 4 million. There's your upper million, 5 million. Here's your number, 4,800,000. Round it up to the nearest multiple of 1,000,000. Round up to 5 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the last one they give, the last example, an even bigger number, an 8-digit number, 26,500,000. Look at the last 6 digits. There's your lower million, and it's actually got tens of millions. 26 million, and your upper million, 27 million. Okay, we're not rounding to 10 millions, we're rounding to millions. Okay, so there's our number, 26,500,000. And we will, as the last 6 digits are 500,000, go back up here. It will be in that range, 500,000 to 999,999, round up. So let's round it up. Sorry, that's not correct, is it? It's not 26 million. We've got to erase that. Sorry, 20 is an 8-digit number. Let's select the pen again. Select the pen. 26,500,000. Rounded to the nearest million. You'll go to your upper million. 27 million. Okay. Yes, they are big numbers, but use the correct method and take your time. You'll be able to do it. Now we're going to do some examples on page 40. Do and learn. Okay. Round these numbers to the nearest 10,000. Use the number lines to help you. First one. Remember, nearest 10,000, you look at the last 4 digits. Okay. Which is 7,500. Last 4 digits. And you're rounding to the nearest multiple of 10,000. Okay. Last 4 digits, your range will be 0001 to 4,999. Round down, if it's in that range, your last 4 digits. If it's 5,000 to 9,999, we need to round up. Okay, right. From what you've learned, students, complete number 1A. Okay, this is 1A, 1B, and 1C, rounding to the nearest 10,000. Number 2, A, B, and C, rounding to the nearest 100,000. Last 5 digits you need to look at. Okay? And number 3, round these numbers to the nearest million. A, B, and C. Look at the last 6 digits. Okay, complete that. On page 40. Okay, we've got quite a lot of exercises to do. Page 41. Again, we have 10,000s, last 4 digits. Write the range. Okay, and then complete. A, B, C, D, and E. Number 2, round these numbers to the nearest 100,000. A, B, C, D, and E. We're going to look at the last 5 digits. Okay. And millions. Number 3, A, B, C, D, and E. We're going to look at the last 6 digits. Okay. Complete those and write them in your textbook. Write your answers in your textbook. Also, the last page of this lesson, page 42. Number 4, round these numbers to the nearest 10,000, 100,000, and million. Then arrange the numbers in increasing order. Remember what increasing order is? Smallest to greatest. Okay? So, they give you a number, 2,364,000. Round it to the nearest 10,000. Look at the last 4 digits. Okay? Same number, round it to the nearest, so let's look at the last 4 digits. Same number, round it to the nearest 100,000, 5 digits. And then the same number, rounded to the nearest million. Look at the last 6 digits. Then you have to arrange the number in increasing order. Arrange your answers in increasing order, which is smallest will be 1, middle 1, and the greatest number on the line, okay? Then B, they give you a 8-digit number, 13,645,907. Okay? 10, you got to round it to the nearest 10,000, like you did in number 4A. 10,000, 4 digits. We're looking at. Then you're going to round it to the nearest 100,000, last 5 digits. And then you're going to round it to the nearest million, the last 6 digits. Okay, and then your 3 answers arrange again in increasing order, from the smallest to the greatest. Okay, and let's have a look at number 5. Fill in the correct numbers. So you need to write, we'll have a look at A, see if you can do this one. A, 5A, something rounded to the nearest 10,000 is 50,000. You could be rounding it up, or you could be rounding it down. I see. Okay, it's a range of numbers from 45 Let's get started. Between any number, it says any number from 45,000 to 54,999. Okay, so if it's a number in that range, from 45,000 to 45,999, you would round it up, okay, to 50,000. Okay, it's telling you what you're going to round to, 50,000. And if it's over 50,000, 54,999, you would round it down to 50,000. It will be here in the middle, okay? So any number above that, you'd round it up. And if it's a number between 50,000 and 54,999, you'd round it down. It's a little bit tricky, but I think we can do it. Okay, the next one is rounding 100,000. You've got 700,000. Let's try and make it a little easier. You've got 700,000. Then you're going to have a number there where you're rounding it down. Remember, last 5 digits. And you're going to have a number here where you're rounding it up. It's going to be between, 650,000 and 699,999. You're going to round it up. And here would be 749,000. $999. You would round it down, okay, to this number. That's what we're rounding to. Okay, it says in your answer you write any number from 650,000 to 749,999. Okay, it's a little bit tricky, but if you think about it, this side is rounding up, this side is rounding down. Okay, C is also rounding to the nearest 100,000. So you're going to have 4,300,000. You're going to have a number here. You're going to have a number here. This one will be going up. This one will be down. Okay. See if you can work out what they are. D is millions. We're going to look at the last 6 digits. 6 million. This is D. Okay. This one will be going up. What number below the range? And this one will be going down. And E, that's a very big number. 82 million. A number above 82 million, where you would round down to 82 million, with any number between, and this one you're going to round up to 82 million. Okay? See if you can do those. I know it's quite difficult. See if you can work it out. Okay, students, well done. That's the end of the lesson. And you've done very well. Rounding. We went into it quite in depth. And we've done lots of activities. So well done. Okay? Take a break.